ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Weston Racing, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at something very interesting here. This is the Hot Wheels 2019 Spring Cars. Now, yeah, you heard me right, 2019. It's currently 2024. And if you may remember, or turned into Scooby-Doo there for a second, if you may remember, about a week ago, I looked at the 2023 Spring Cars. So, one, I'm on a bit of a spring binge right now, and two, I've got the 2019 cars, which is very strange. Now, allow me to explain where I got these. I found these in a candy store, believe it or not. Some of you may know the candy store off the top of your head. It is in the Billings, Montana Rimrock Mall. It was called Candy Clubhouse was the name of it. I found this full set there, and I bought them for $5 a piece. So if you do the math, that's $30 for this whole set because there's 6 cars. Yeah, it was a bit of a jab into my pocketbook, but I couldn't resist because they're spring cars, first of all, and I love the spring series, but you know, they're older too. They're 2019, which I thought was really interesting. Now the funny part is you may remember I've actually reviewed cars from that candy store before. If you look way back on my channel, you may remember that there's a video where I reviewed the Matchbox candy cars that I found at that same candy store. And then I also have a 5-pack behind me that I'm going to do a video on at some point from that same candy store. Now, that candy store that I just named off, you're probably thinking, oh, I might be able to get my hands on these. I live in that area. That candy store went out of business a few months ago. I would imagine they were not doing very good sales-wise. It's, you know, I mean, if you look at the prices on some of their stuff, it kind of makes sense. But yeah, they are no longer in business. It has left the mall, and that 5-pack that I bought was the last thing that I got there. And the shelves were empty when I went in there and bought that 5-pack because they were closing. They had a huge sale, and it was actually kind of depressing because, you know, I've been in there a few times. I always stopped in there. It was the only place I could go where they had Abba Zabbas on the shelf, which is my favorite candy bar, believe it or not. I am a very old-spirited man. But anyway, yeah, let's get into it. Let's take a look at these dang things. I'm kind of excited here. We're going to use the knife to cut them out of the package here today because, you know, I'm a wimp and I don't want to destroy the packaging on these. Come on, camera. Thank you. All right, here we go. Ugh. Let's do it. So, like I said, we got 6 cars that we're going to look at in today's video. And it's not going to be... We're not going to start with those 3 that I just... Let me have a second to myself here. I need to think. So, the first car that we're going to look at here is number 1 of 6, which is Carbonic. This is actually my first Carbonic that I will have in my collection. I have not put this casting in my collection before. My tripod seems really off for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, this is the first one we're going to look at here. Let's get it out of the package. Alrighty. So I got the car out of the package, but I want to look at the package itself. So this package is actually pretty interesting. It's a very, as we all know with the spring cars, they go for a very, you know, springy, naturey design with the packaging. So as you can see, we got 2 Hot Wheels orange tracks here. You've got Carbonic right here on the one track, and then you got Boulevard Bruiser on this track with the water splashing up. You can see the dew on the track, dew all over the plants. There is a grasshopper up here and a caterpillar right there. So that's pretty much the entirety. You can see like the grass and whatnot, which is pretty cool, and the blue sky in the background. But that's pretty much the entirety of the card right there, which is pretty interesting. And for some reason, I had to cut it really weird when I opened this because what the world? The glue on this is... What in the world? The glue on this must be really old because look at this. It's just coming off. I hope this doesn't rip. Please don't tell me I'm going to get all the way to this bottom corner and it's going to rip. Yep, it did. Well, look at that. The blister pretty much almost came off on its own there. That was really weird. I don't know what was going on there. But anyway, weird side tangent aside. That is the card art. Let's get to what you guys are probably actually really interested in. Here it is, Carbonic. Oh, pardon my little wound there. I was opening some stuff for the last video and I accidentally cut myself on the plastic. So that's going to be there. I don't know what to tell you. We've got a yellow body, a orange chassis, purple tires with blue chrome rims, and a blue window insert. Side panel has an orange, blue, and white stripe going on the side with this little purple piece, and that says 19 in there. This side is exactly the same, but mirrored. On the front end, we got a black grille, and on the hood, we got some pretty cool stuff going on here. Blue stripe, purple stripes, or yellow stripe, whoa, white stripes, blue stripes, orange stripes, 19. Got the Hot Wheels Spring logo, and then Spring 19 right there on the side. You can see the interior with the 4-point harnesses and whatnot. It's a racing vehicle, obviously. You can tell by that interior, steering wheel and all that. And then on the back, you've got the rear. That looks like a face. That is horrifying. I hate that. And then on the bottom, you can see all the details there. I always show those off in the video. But there you go. That's our first car for today's video. Carbonic. Pretty cool. Let me find the second car because I have everything thrown around over here. Okay, here we go. Car number 2 of 6 is a car that I actually have in my collection, but I've never shown off on the channel before. This is a really cool casting. I really like it. This is Speed Slayer. It's meant to look like a rocket, which is really cool. So yeah, let's get her open. Alrighty, here we go. The car has been freed. Very interesting rims on this one, I will say that. Let's get that out of the way. Alrighty. Here we go. Like I said, this car has interesting rims, and you will see what I mean in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. This is Speed Slayer. We have got a see-through green body with a yellow chassis, purple tires with like chrome rims, and the chrome takes up the entire rim, which is really interesting. Also, these are the drag tires, which is really interesting. Only the front, the usual, they're really thin. They're thin tires, we'll put it that way. Side panel says Spring Racing with the 19 on the side and all the yellow stripes. Purple and yellow details here, which is pretty cool. And then you got the Hot Wheels Spring logo, which is really neat. I'm gonna sneeze. And then on this side, it's the exact same thing, but mirrored. Okay, I guess the sneeze went away. That was interesting. I was like, I was like hay fever that just, kicked in for some reason. I was talking about spring and all of a sudden my allergies picked up. On the front, you got the grille in magenta, which is pretty cool, almost like a pomegranate color. Got the blue window insert there. You can see the interior, the little vent on the back. And then on the back, you can see the turbo thrusters here with the wings, which looks really cool. And there is the bottom of the Speed Slayer is the name of this thing. So there you go, everybody. That is our second car for today's video. A really cool one. I like that. All right. Next up is car number 3 of 5, a very interesting one. I really don't know how I feel about this casting. I don't know if I like it or not. Number 3 of 5 is Power Pistons, a very strange car indeed. So let's open it. Alrighty, here we go. I have not seen a car with a bare metal chassis in a while. That might be a lie. I might not have realized a car had a bare metal chassis, but I feel like I haven't seen a bare metal chassis on a car in a long time. So we've got a pastel purple body with a bare metal chassis, as I was talking about, blue tires with white rims, and then a yellow window insert. The side panel says Spring Circuit 19 on the side in yellow and white. And then you got this really weird like checkerboard pattern going on with blue and pink down the side. Hot Wheels Spring logo right there. This side is exactly the same, but mirrored. On the front, the bare metal chassis comes through to make the headlights. So you got these little bare metal headlights. Got some airflow stuff going on here, the engine and all that with the driver's seat. And then in the back, you got the tailpipes and all that jazz. And there you go. That is the bottom of Power Pistons. I don't know how well you can read that. There we go. I just got to get the angle right. You know what I mean? There you go. That is Power Pistons, our third car for today's video. Probably my least favorite in the set. Right there. And then we're immediately going to move on to my favorite in the set. Number 4 of 6 is Boulevard Bruiser. A really, really cool car. This is probably one of my favorite Hot Wheels custom concept vehicles. Probably up there in the top 10 favorite Hot Wheels custom concepts. I really like this. But anyway, let's get her open. Here we go. All right, I'm really excited to look at this one here. I like the color. Oh my God, do I love the color on this. All right, here we go. This is the Boulevard Bruiser, or as it's spelled on the package, BLVD period Bruiser, which is short for Boulevard. I don't know why they'd shorten it. I think that's kind of a weird choice, but that's whatever. So we've got a dark blue body, a chrome chassis, green tires with yellow rims, and then orange window inserts, which is pretty cool. The side panel says 19 on here. You got some yellow stripes. We got pink flames going down the side. Spring 19 in pink with the Hot Wheels Spring logo there. Pretty cool. This side is exactly the same but mirrored. On the front end, you got the grille and the headlights, which look cool. Up on the hood, you've got some more yellow detail with the pink flames with yellow outline, which looks really neat. On the roof, we got the number 19, which looks pretty good. Also, you got a spare tire in the back, which is pretty neat. I like that little detail. And nothing on the tail line, but you can see the molding for the license plate and the tail lights there. All right, let's see if I can get the angling right. And there you go. You can read all of the details on the Boulevard Bruiser. It's a little hard to see. But there you go, everybody. That is my favorite car in the set. Number 4, the Boulevard Bruiser there. Pretty cool. I really like the way that looks. All right, moving on to another X-Racers type car. Number 5 of 6 is Nerve Hammer, which is a very interesting car name. I don't know why it's called Nerve Hammer. I think it's a cool name, though. Don't get me wrong. I think Nerve Hammer is a really cool name. Anyway, let's open her up. Alrighty. Righty. I don't know why I said alrighty and then didn't follow it up with anything. That was my bad. Here it is, Nerve Hammer. We've got a translucent orange body with a bare metal chassis. We've got, oh, I'm starting to realize, oh, I am stupid. That's why I forgot that X-Racers vehicles have bare metal chassis, because it has to make up for the loss of weight in the body, because you can't do translucent metal bodies because that doesn't make any sense. So they do translucent plastic. So they have to make the chassis solid metal. Right. Because the other one with the bare metal chassis was not a... Okay, you know what? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just losing it over here. Anyway, we have got... I already went over everything. No, the tires. Okay, wait. So the tires are aquamarine colored with white rims, and then we've got a blue window insert. Good Lord, I'm losing my mind. All right. Side panel, in an egg shaped, we've got a blue 19 with a yellow decal with a blue zigzag going through it. Spring 19 with this white stripe. You got a blue stripe down here with the Hot Wheels Spring logo. This side is exactly the same but mirrored. The front end, you've got the grille and headlights. On the hood, you can see the engine sticking through with this little blue insert piece, which looks really cool. Interior of the vehicle, you got 2 seats in there, which is pretty cool. Spoiler in the back, and no tailpipes, which is really interesting. And there you go. That is Nerve Hammer, our Nerve Hammer, our 5th car for today's video. Let's get to our final car, ladies and gentlemen. The final one here, probably the most interesting for me, and I'll explain why, is the Gazella R. Now, the reason why this car is interesting for me is because this was actually the first car that I bought, technically. Long before I collected these cars, this series, I bought this one first. And the reason why was because I found it at Albertsons. And I was like, okay, I'll grab this. It's a car I don't have, and the package looks really cool. It's pretty neat, right? What I didn't notice until about a few weeks after I bought the car, I didn't want to open it. You may remember when I used to do die-cast derbies on my channel, this was one of the cars you could pick. But I never opened it, and nobody picked it, thankfully, because it had an error on it. I am 99% sure that my car had an error on it. Both the pink and blue stripe were not there, and the SP and the 19 were missing off the side of the vehicle. It was just blank white and it said ring on it. And I thought that was normal until I saw what the car was supposed to look like, and I realized I had an error vehicle. I still have that car buried in a bin somewhere. I can't remember where I have it, but I do technically have 2 of this car. The one I'm about to open and the error version, which I have in a bin somewhere. So let's get this one open. Oops. I just remembered something about the Gazella R2. This car actually has a working piece to it, which I'll show off. Here we go. Final one, everybody. Let's do it. Sorry, that was a little loud, probably. Probably weren't expecting that. Probably a little bit of a jump scare for you. You scared? You crying? All right, let's do it. Hot Wheels cars. Woohoo! I'm losing my mind. So we have got a really interesting, almost like a white chrome kind of body. It's a metal flake white plastic. It's a very interesting color that they did for the body here. Pink chassis, blue tires with yellow rims, and a dark indigo window insert. The side panel says Spring 19 on the side. You got a blue stripe and a pink stripe. Hot Wheels Spring logo right there. This side is exactly the same but mirrored. On the front, we have absolutely nothing going up all the way to the top of the vehicle. You got the spoiler. On the back, you got the taillights, and that is it. There's the bottom, really cool metal flake chassis as well with that pink, which looks really cool, Gazella R. And there is a working piece on here. The spoiler on the front, if I can get it to do it, actually does move up and down. At least I think it does. I'm pretty sure the Gazella R is one of the cars that does that. That is the plastic insert. I'm not, okay, yeah, there you go. Okay, so there you go. There it is down, there it is up. So you can move the spoiler on the Gazella R. I thought so, man. I thought you could. But there you go. That is the final car for today's video. Let's get to the turntables and close this thing. Alrighty, everybody, there you go. That is the full set of 6 cars right there. From left to right, we have Carbonic, Speed Slayer, Power Pistons, Boulevard Bruiser, Nerve Hammer, and Gazella R. Those are the those are your 6 cars right there. I'm gonna be honest, just brutally honest. Boulevard Bruiser is my favorite one in this entire set. I love how it looks like an American muscle car. I think that is fantastic. One thing I will say, which is really interesting, and I just realized this, if you compare this set of cars to the 2024 set of cars, the 2020 set of cars, and the 2023 set of cars, there should be a very distinct thing that you notice. All 3 of the sets that I just said are all real cars. This set is all fantasy cars, which is really interesting, and I just now noticed that. I don't know what that's about, but it's really, really interesting. Like I said, that is strange. I just now noticed that, and I'm a little bit confused. I don't know why that is, but it's really interesting. Anyway, that's all I got for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next diecast unboxing video. Thank you, and good night.